Here you go. One girl puts her hand on her heart. Good. Respectful. Wow, they don't even teach the kids to do it. There's another girl. Okay, there's another girl has her hand on her heart. The rest of the vast majority of the team, there's another one. At least 2-1, they're disrespecting the flag.
I am so ticked off at those losers on the women's soccer team who couldn't bring themselves to even put their hands over their hearts for our national anthem. You know, never mind sing a bar here or there. If you don't know all the words, shame on you, especially when you're representing our country. But, you know, sing a bar here or there. The Vietnamese, who we crushed, were out there, hand on the heart, singing loudly, you know, all together. Not one felt the need to really belt it out on Team America. I really do believe their version of what a feminist is, what it means to be an empowered woman, at least as an American woman, means to hate your country. It means to go out on the national stage and embarrass yourself and your country by not singing the national anthem, and for several of them, not even holding their hands over their hearts when the national anthem played. Go out there and embarrass themselves and our country. You are not just there to represent yourself and your disgusting myopic view of America.
It's a different question. This is a question that only each individual can answer for themselves. But of course, most people are you would think that most people that are American would just go ahead and root for Team USA. But when it comes to these women, they've shown time and time again that they fucking hate this country, and they hate you if you don't agree with them politically. They have turned off so many people that now it looks like the vast majority of people might be rooting against them because of what they've done.
Real Americans that love their country are not going to root for you. So Outkick put up this poll. It received over 4,500 votes in less than a day. Who are you rooting for in the Women's World Cup? The U.S. Women's National Team, 24.2%. Any other team, 75.8% of actual God-loving Americans, patriotic Americans, Americans that love this country, flat rejected this radical activist version of the U.S. Women's National Squad.
We're going to be talking about the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team. I don't even know why they actually have the name U.S. in it, United States, because these women actually do not like this country. Megan Rapinoe, who likes to kneel for the national anthem, that's been the calling card for this team. They are anti-Americans. They're a bunch of leftists. Even at the Olympics, the last Olympics a few years back, they actually knelt for the national anthem. They hate this country, guys. I believe that this is probably the most unpopular team out there in team sports when it comes to representing your country. It's an embarrassment, guys, that this team goes overseas supposed to represent us, but yet truly they don't actually represent us. Guys, I don't care if this team actually wins or loses. I don't care. And based on the polls, the vast majority of Americans aren't rooting for this team. How can we actually root for a team that hates our country?
I don't feel bad rooting against the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team in the World Cup. I'm not going to feign indifference. I want them to lose. I'm pissed that Portugal's best chance in extra time early Tuesday morning banged off the post, allowing the U.S. Women's National Team to advance to the knockout round via a 0-0 tie. Portugal almost ended the American nightmare. The band of Megan Rapinoe-led entitled women who struggle to respect our national anthem and lie about pay inequality. Rooting against the American nightmare is not unpatriotic. Rooting for them is. In the history of sports, no sports team or individual has needed a comeuppance more than our women's soccer team. After finishing with their second straight tie against an inferior opponent, Rapinoe and company preened, danced, took selfies, and celebrated like they had avenged their loss to a group of 15-year-old boys. Their post-game bravado was so unseemly Tuesday morning that Fox Sports broadcast team blasted them to my delight. Take a listen.
These are not the images we should be expecting to see from a team that survived Portugal and survived to get to the round of 16. I appreciate them taking care of the fans, but let me tell you, Carly Lloyd's butt would be back in the locker room kicking things, throwing things.
I have never witnessed, and just seeing these images for the first time right now on the desk, I have never witnessed something like that. There's a difference between being respectful of the fans and saying hello to your family, but to be dancing, to be smiling. I mean, the player of the match was that post. You were lucky to not be going home right now.
Rapinoe, right foots it over the bar.
The United States women's soccer team was heavily favored in the World Cup, and they're now out in the first round against Sweden. Megan Rapinoe had a chance to keep the American team in, and this happened.
Rapinoe, right foots it over the bar.
Let's be honest, this team was better known for being radically anti-American while wearing the American flag on their jerseys, a team better known for taking a knee during the national anthem. Many of them didn't sing along with the national anthem. They showed their disdain for their own country. Megan Rapinoe specifically is okay with men playing against women in women's sports. Specifically complained about not getting equal pay when they knew that their pay pool for soccer, for women's soccer, is way lower than the actual pool of money available for men's soccer. Many would say they got what they deserved today.
Look at this, guys. Over here on Twitter from ESPN. The USWNT are out of the Women's World Cup in the round of 16. And it gets worse, guys. Look at this here. Earliest World Cup elimination in USWNT history. Guys, this team was so woke, man. Thinking about, they hate hearing the national anthem. Now they got eliminated, the earliest ever in a World Cup. You cannot make this up.